Factoring video D. D as in, no, this is E. E as in Einstein. I'm not sure. This is factoring video E. We're talking about if you come across a problem where there's a negative in front of your first number. It's called having a leading coefficient. That's negative. Your first number is negative. So this is kind of ugly to me. I don't really like it with the negative out in front. So what I can do then is not change it, but change the form of it by called factoring out a negative. So you take the negative out and say, what would be left inside the parenthesis if I took that negative out? Well, this would be a positive x squared. This negative 5x would actually be positive 5x. And this positive 14 would be minus 14. It's the same thing, because if I multiplied negative 1 times all these things, I'd still get back to my original answer up here. So I haven't changed anything, just factored it out so it looks, I like the look of this better. So what I do is I work on factoring or breaking down just what's inside the parenthesis. Just focus on breaking that down. Then I just got to remember at the very end, oh yeah, there is that pesky little negative out in front. So I go to work on this part, no greatest common factor, and it looks like this one is going to be a shortcut one because there's no number in front here. So I go to work here, two numbers that will add up to negative 14 and multiply to 5. Let's see, 7 and 2 are going to be my numbers. And I think the 2 is going to be negative, so 7 minus 2 is 5, yep. So then I can go straight to my answer because this is a shortcut one. Oops, sorry. So I know it's going to be x and x plus 7 and minus 2. And I got to remember, I broke this part down, but there's a negative in front of all that. So if I FOILed all of this out, my bottom, and I did the distributive property, then put the negative to all of it, I should get up to my original answer. So another example to look at that would be this one. Negative x squared plus 3x plus 18. Notice there's a negative right out in front. And that kind of bothers me. It should bother you too. So take it out. What would be left would be x squared. And then remember to flip all of your signs. This becomes negative 3x. This becomes negative 18. So then, from there, just focus on this part. Treat it as a separate problem. It's a shortcut one. Negative 18 has to add up to negative 3. Numbers will be 6 and 3. Will be a negative 6. Because 3 minus 6. And then this is a shortcut one because there's no number out in front. So x minus 6. X plus 3. Game over. But you can't forget this pesky little negative. It was out in front on this one, so it needs to be out in front here. So this will be your final answer. That's what to do when the first term is negative. Take that out and then treat the problem as normal.